Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in, the world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back.
Good evening, and grand rising. For all my overseas brothers and sisters and all my in-state melanated brothers and sisters, welcome everybody to another episode of Bearded Conversation. This is Manly Manday. Hey man, big ups to all my followers, fans, viewers, and subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Big ups, secondly, to the best moderators in the game. Y'all know who they are. Young boy Maya Bucks, Master Teacher Fox, TLS, Person McKenzie, aka P-Mac. You know what I'm saying? My boy Diablo, Gary Bear, Big Frank. Hey, and a huge host of others, man. You can't forget about my big bro, Professor Remo, bringing up the real for show. Hey, and them queens, man. You can't forget about the queens of Bearded Conversation. We got the First Lady, Miss Gaming Pop. The First Lady, Miss Gigi. You know what I'm saying? Gaming Palace. Secondly, man, Miss Star Wars Markets LLC. Thirdly, the beautiful Miss Asha Brooks. And last but not least, Miss CC Craving Carefully. And y'all, hey, don't forget to check out Lynn Chicago Pizza, Dan Soul Food and Bakery, Urban Love Cafe where grown folks play, and a house of health and wellness, y'all. And when y'all get there, let them know. Bearded Conversation Central. You might get a discount. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? You see it, right? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, but anyway, y'all know how I like to do, man. I like to get myself together, man, while y'all listen to the replay. Hey, first off, man, I apologize, man, for being a little late, man. I had a little something going on I had to get to, but hey, we back. We in the building. Nephew, what's going on, man? Hey, let's get it, y'all. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we coming off the block with this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What up, man? Yeah.
What we doing?
Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in, the world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in, the world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Come on, damn. Got it off the block, forming a dynasty from a rock. Laid back in the cut, press play, can't get enough. Yo, let's chop it up in every location. A Bearded conversation, opportunity keep knocking like child support payments. Started from the bottom like basements, now we famous. Podcast official, the topic will probably hit you from a distance like a pistol. Subscribe so you can listen to survival of the fittest. We talking it how we living it. Rolling like a dealership, managing several businesses. T-shirts, podcast, no, you don't need a membership. Just follow us on YouTube, Knowledge Supreme Infinite. Chicago got a zipping exotic, let's talk about it. Going live, check your notifications so you can holler. Or leave it in the comments, debate it, just being honest. Chicago topics, worldwide views, we supersonic. Big gang is conquer, circle back round like every week. Tell a friend off the block, it's where we meet. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in, the world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back to hood lovers. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in, the world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back. Come on. The hood lovers, off the block, giving it back. The hood lovers, broadcasting live. Off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation off the block, giving it back. Bearded conversation off the block, giving it back. Yo. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation, man. I am your host, Beard Genghis Khan, a.k.a. the Khan Man, b.k.a. Mr. BGK. How's everybody out there doing tonight? I do apologize for being late, you know what I'm saying? I had a little situation going on. Big ups to everybody out there, man. Hey, who was on time, that ain't on time, I apologize. Come on back. Yeah. First and foremost, man, let's start the show because we are behind. Again, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditation. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations one last time. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayer, views, and meditations, man. That's people we come in contact with on a day-to-day basis, people record you with,
our families, our extended families, more especially our Bearded Conversation, Bearded Studios, and Bearded TV family. And don't forget about those 5 key components, man. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. Again, that's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. One last time, that's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. 5 key components, man, that I hope everybody out there, striving to reach and to get to. Those things are very important. Very, 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 very. Oh, okay. Yeah, but important nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? So, Diablo, you don't know who that is in the background, Diablo. That's Nick Anderson. I was trying to find a picture in his playing days for when he was playing, but I couldn't find a good one. You know what I'm saying? But that's Nick Anderson, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you know who it is, Diablo. Good old Nick Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Uh Nick Anderson was part of the squad that shut Mike down. You know what I'm saying? Nick Anderson part of that squad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Part of that squad that shut Mike down. You know what I'm saying? That is Nick. Yeah, man. I know he got the gray hair and all. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't recognize the brother because he got the gray hair and he look a little bit older. But that's Nick, man. He probably got the lethargy look on his face. But other than that, that's pretty much Nick Anderson right there in a nutshell. Yep, yep. Yep, Shaq Penny. Yep. Shaq Penny and Nick. Yep, that's the squad that shut your boy Mike down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That might have been some BS. I don't. We ain't gonna say that. But yeah, man. Okay, right there. Was me. And as y'all know, Nick Anderson is, you know what I'm saying, a Chicago native. You know what I'm saying? He from the city, so big ups to Nick Anderson. Um, yeah, y'all. My damn chair. I don't even know why the chair's in the background, man. Y'all should see the chair. If y'all was right here, man. The chair got a little lean, the dip, and all type of thing going on. Man. Piss me out, man. My damn chair, man. Gotta give me another game, chair, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I'll treat this one with a little bit more care. And you know, it do me. Dennis Scott, what you say? He say, yeah, Dennis Scott, Orlando had a squad. Yeah. Dennis Scott was on that squad. Yeah, yeah. Yep, that was a good squad. Hey man, speaking of basketball in Orlando, Orlando's down 3-1. It ain't looking too good for them. And I mean, ain't nobody over there in Orlando, man. It's this playoff basketball. I don't want to make excuses for nobody, man. Whether you're first, second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, or a seed, you know what I'm saying, you made it to the playoffs. I mean, you should be able to perform. But before I get up into that, man, I jumped ahead a little bit too quick because I seen Diablo comment, but let me do this real quick, just in case we might get on and touch on some things that might, hurt some people or might be a little offensive, even though we don't try to be here on Bearded Conversations. It's all peace and love. The thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. The thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. I don't mean to hurt, harm, or to offend. And I don't mean to hurt, harm, or to offend. This video stream is for informational, educational, edutainment purposes only. Again, this video stream is for informational, educational, and edutainment purposes only, with the underlying undertone and the stress on edutainment. We don't want you to take any advice given or anything shown on this video stream for face value without consulting the proper professional that suits your specific needs. Please do your due diligence. Please do your vet work. Please do your proper research. Please get that second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth opinion, because we don't want you going out here robbing no banks, starting every boat, telling your boss what it can take, how you can turn it sideways, and where to put it, because you can't get no money out of me. And as you can see, I'm solo dolo. We in the building, man. Tonight, y'all. Big ups to Bearded Conversation, man. Big ups to the audience. Big ups to the people. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to the subs. Big ups to all the new subs, man. Big ups to all the old subs. But yeah, man. Big ups to my co-host, man, L Boogie. Big ups to Roscoe P. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to my co-hosts with the most, my little one, AJ. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, back to the little playoffs, man. Orlando, man. I thought Orlando, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, man. I know Boston and a lot. I was just watching on Spin the Block Media the other day, brother Derek Demore, and he was talking about Boston and how Boston wasn't built. And then don't get me wrong, Orlando is a team that Boston should beat, on paper and just by look, you know what I'm saying? But again, I mean, shit, come on, Orlando, man. Y'all still a professional team, man. But Carroll, man, he need help over there. Orlando, take this time out right now to see that he needs help and get something over there and help that young man. That young man, if he getting y'all to the playoffs by himself, man, just imagine how many more pieces he got. And don't get me wrong, I know it's like with the Rockets and OKC, you want to make it a youthful team and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to highlight these different faces, the new faces coming into the league. You know, I get that. But man, but get them some help. I think Orlando can be a team to be reckoned with. Like that old team in the past that Brother Diablo was speaking about. If Pancaro had just a few more pieces over there, I really do. I really do. Just a few more pieces. Oh man, and he say Miami just lost. Yeah. I was just gonna get into that too, man. Man, after 103 to 55, man, I stopped watching that game. Miami, man. You mean to tell me, Bulls, y'all? I think we could. I think the Bulls could have put up a better fighting effort than Miami did, man. Come on, man. I'm looking at Tyler Hero. I'm looking at Adebayo. I'm looking at Wiggins. It's like, bro, it's nothing. They and nothing off the bench, nothing from the starters, nothing from the coach, nothing. I mean, and again, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit or you know, not give acknowledgement or big acknowledgement to Cleveland, for doing what they do or doing what they supposed to do according to the rankings and the stats. You know what I'm saying, according to this amount of times in the NBA, because Cleveland was number one. Of course, Miami is the AC, so you would expect the first seed to beat the eight. But again, it's the NBA, man. They professional players. And Miami, man, kind of got a little gritty, a little toughness to themselves. I didn't think Miami would fold like this. I didn't think Miami would fold like this. Like, honestly, Miami is just like, man, like I say, don't get me wrong, it's been a few games, you know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero didn't play, but yeah, Miami ain't ready. Wiggins, no, mm, it just yeah, Miami, man. But big ups to Cleveland though for the victory, man. Moving on to the next round. A lot of people, man. We talking Miami. You've been hearing a lot about the Bucks late. You know what I'm saying? Doing the regular season. When we talk about the Eastern Conference, you heard about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? You heard about Detroit on the comeback and on the rise, doing what they were supposed to do. Well, doing what they hadn't done in a long while by becoming competitive, which is a good thing. But again, no one really talked about Cleveland and the rise that Donovan Mitchell and their boy Garland over there, and the heights that they taking this Cleveland team to. So big ups to Donovan. He was hurt over there. But Utah came over here, you know what I'm saying, last year, he got hurt. They didn't they had a so okay playoff experience, but he back with a vengeance. So man, y'all watch out for Donovan Mitchell, man. You know what I'm saying, in Cleveland, man. So big ups to Cleveland to move on to the next round. I'm looking forward to the next round. Especially in the East, see what's going on. A disappointment, man. I kind of I kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Peeked in at the Milwaukee Bucks Indiana Pacer game. Again, lifeless. Giannis, not being aggressive, missing buckets underneath the basket. taking unwarranted, mid-range jumper, not getting settled, just putting things up. Man, and it's just like Miami just got their number. Miles Turner with the energy, out there crashing boards and swinging out to the top of the top of the key. Shooting. I mean, man, then you got your boy up there, the lefty. What's his name, man? I really don't care for him too much. A little light skinned Mello over there in Indiana. I forgot his name, but if it comes to me, I'll say. But y'all know who I'm talking about. So yeah, man, that game. Yeah, and even with the Knicks and the Pistons, man, I thought the Knicks would fight a little bit harder. I thought they would. I mean, not the Knicks. I thought the Pistons would fight a little bit harder. Roscoe asked me about which game did I think that would go 7 series, and that's one of the games that I thought would go 7, but it don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, LeBron ready to go home. LeBron finna get set down. 3-1. I like the fact that, your boy Anthony Edwards over there, despite him having another incident about him not paying child support and picking and choosing which kid he take care of. But we get to that later. But Anthony Edwards over there, man, shutting LeBron down, shutting Luca down, and the whole Lakers organization, period. And don't get me wrong, he got help over there. Just a little help, but not much help. But he put the game on his back. And it's hard. And it's hard because Luca scored 38 points. And you still gotta and I ain't gonna say a 40-year-old LeBron like I be hearing a lot of motherfuckers say. We're not gonna say that. You want me to tell you why? Because he's still playing. He still got his ass out there. I don't give a hell if he's 40 or 50. If he look like that and he can still play and he can still contribute to the team, shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Critique him as the individual that's playing. I don't give a hell how old he is. You know what I'm saying? If he's still gonna be out there. If his number decline, they decline. If they get good, they get good. Whatever the case, but he's still playing. But LeBron out there doing all that he can. We ain't seeing nothing for Austin Reeves. But again, it shouldn't even take all that. I honestly, I thought Luca and just LeBron itself would be enough to beat Minnesota, but apparently not. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron them having a hard time over there. They having a hard time. So then Golden State up 2-1 on the Rockets. Rockets need to come on and get it together. They're a young team, man. Don't let them veterans hit you in the mouth, man. Y'all a young team. Like I say, the NBA try to highlight and push that, the youth now, which is cool. And I like the fact that a lot of these younger teams, you know what I'm saying, they turning it around and they started to make a name for their prospective teams and their prospective states and cities, in the league. Now that's cool. Whereas, you wouldn't have heard or bringing back some of the nostalgia of some of like the Pistons, how they won the championships. Last year we just know the Pistons wasn't shit. Now they in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? OKC, same thing with OKC. We got the little history, from when Durant and them was there. Now they bam, and then the Rockets a whole new rebuild. Even though they had an old legacy, but now they youthful. You know, it's so it's interesting, man. But I'm thinking they need to mix it up though. I really don't like the way the East and the West teams are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's I don't know, man. I think we need some big men over here that's versatile and that can do a lot of things that the West big men do. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think they need to mix that up and throw some of them guards back over there in the West and take some of that height and put some of that athletic height, build type stuff shit in the East. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But what do I know, man? Not a general manager. I'm just a fan. Giving y'all my perspective opinion on what I see. But brother Fox in the building, man. What's going on, brother? How you feel tonight? How you feel?
I'm all right, sir. How
My
are
brother,
you?
I seen you on the panel. I just was in my mode. What's going on, brother?
I'm just here to support you, man. You good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on? I see you got your light on and everything, man.
Not my light on. It was hot out today.
Okay, okay, okay.
I forget what's on the hat, but it serves a purpose.
Hey, some people will say you got a spider on your hat, man.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, but you gotta know what that spider is.
Oh, that is so true, my brother. That is so true. I don't like spiders, man. I don't deal with insects too much. Man. Insects,
Not my problem.
insects creep me out, man.
Yeah, but you're a Mason. That's cute.
I don't know what you talking about, brother. I don't know what I don't know what you talking about, man. But yeah. Interesting. So how was your day, brother? How you feel, man? How was your day? What you got going on?
I had to call parents, and we had a chess competition, and some of those parents wasn't so quick to cuss me out. Even one parent was like, "I was waiting for a phone call from you." I'm like, so it's okay. But those are Inglewood babies, and now I'm dealing with South Shore babies. So, how are you?
I'm doing well, brother. I'm doing well, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy when the parents said they was looking forward to hearing from you, man. That's what's up. At
One of the
least
students
we
got
that.
second place.
Mm.
I knew you was one of the most longest science teachers at the school. I was waiting on a call from you. I was like, yeah, your child did get second place, but they're not doing their work in class. Let me sure you log in and see what they're doing before you chew my head off and progress what you're doing on Friday. Because parents like to always flip it on the teacher. Stop doing that.
Y'all heard it here, man. Stop flipping that on the teacher, man. Hey, if your child is failing and the teacher is calling y'all, trying to
Just
let
log
y'all
in.
know.
You're right, bro. Just log in. You can see what your child's doing.
But if the teacher calling y'all and your child is failing, log in, check out what your child is doing, man. Don't get an attitude with the teacher, man. Copy that yourself and that individual that you help make and you shipping off to be dealt with by the teaching establishment. You know what I'm saying, man? Make sure your kids know what's going on. You should try to make sure you know what's going on. That's very important. To touch on that a little bit, that's something that we always try to shed light on.
Thanks, bro.
That's something that we always try to shed light on in the community, as far as when we dealing with each other and especially with our younger folks. Making sure they understand not only to the point that they can remember and they know what they're doing, but I'm not saying we're not okay, hold on. To the point where they can repeat, but we want them to be able to understand and comprehend to the point where once they start applying and using the things that they learn and as far as physical and mental application into everyday reality and they know how to make what I'm saying decisions concerning whether this is right or whether this is wrong and they make those good decisions versus those bad decisions that put them on a certain side of a spectrum. Y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say without trying to say it without saying it. Yeah, because everybody take a turn. So, and I don't want to say that the people that take the turn are bad people because that's not saying that you can't learn or that you're a horrible individual because a lot of people that do a lot of things that are not, what I'm saying, what society deems normal. A lot of those people are intelligent. A lot of those people are good people in their own shape, way, form, and fashion. But we talking about saving the youth. We talking about a parent that's having that has kids or families out here, what I'm saying, where younger people are included in. And they sending them out to school and they can't read, they can't do their math, they can't write their name. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they go out here in the world, when we put them out, and when she get pregnant at 14, or we don't pick up the phone call and tell them, you know what I'm saying, you on your own, and that's your ass at 16 when you get locked up and arrested in jail. Instead of that community and that family being that form and bringing these people back in and bringing these young men and women back in and really teaching them properly because we don't guide and show them. Like the brother say, when the teacher call you, don't be so quick, you know what I'm saying, to jump down the teacher's throat. I don't give a hell what class or what study or what subject it is. You know what I'm saying? And also, teachers, don't be so quick to just think the parents are not trying because that ain't the situation with every parent. Because there are people out here that do try. And I'm not saying that I'm just saying, for everybody, because the real goal, the end goal is to make sure that the child is educated, that the child
I want to.
I want
Right.
understands and knows what's going on. Go ahead, speak on it, bro.
No, I'm saying you're right, bro. I didn't say everything in the conversations. I can't say that, but she was basically like, thank you for calling me. I didn't know. Some of these students, they're autonomous. They go to the school or they don't. And they're treated like young adults. They do what they do. So what you're saying is like she came to me, was like, "Are you trying to fail my child?" And the conversation took 20 to 30 minutes, and I wasn't expecting that. But at the end, she still said, I knew you was gonna call me. I was like, what do you mean? Like my students ask me, and a lot of Chicagoans say, "What you mean?" And I was like, your child's failing. I think your child's pretty smart because they answer questions at certain times when they're under influence. Because I can smell, and I know when I smell, you know what. So it's like, talk to them about trying to pass because CPS, Chicago Public Schools, I don't know if you know, B, has a 9-day policy. So you think you sending your kid to school, they doing whatever. There's only a few of us that's calling these parents like, yo, your child is on day 5. Couple more days, they repeat that course. CPS is not playing with them, and neither am I. Because they own my butt. I like paying my rent. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna play with you or the parents. I'm gonna do my job. Because I don't like being fired. You know how much I got going on. So I'm not putting it on the parents. I'm just saying talk to the teachers, but don't sit up here and act like your child's an angel. We know, and then some teachers are starting to correlate, they're starting to figure out learned behaviors in the households. So when you have the parents cussing out the teachers, you gotta be careful. Because all they gotta do is look up your child's record and look up your record, and you look like the fool. Why are you arguing? And then you're gonna talk to those other people, and the teacher's not gonna be involved. Because now you're considered a bad parent. We got to do better. So what I'm saying is you got a point. This is a piggyback on what you were saying earlier, bro. I don't go into it because I can't talk about the details. I don't want to get, flagged. But honestly, we got to stop putting tablets in front of these kids' faces. We got to stop asking them about what they're doing. Another thing students don't like when I say, when we run out of time in my classes, oh, you got homework. Oh, you doing too much. You doing too less. In my day, you knew the Dewey Decimal System. You knew what a library was. I talked to that parent, and I got to say this. She was like, well, he got ops. I said, well, you need to purchase a computer.
Oh, wait.
I told the parent, go to the library. He can spend time like he got ops, so he can go outside. Okay, well, then that means, and you know me, because my son's in college. I'm cutthroat. If you don't want your child to go to the library because he got ops, that means it's a bad lifestyle. He's a little gangbanger. Sorry. You should figure out a better way to help your child pass. I'm not caring about that. My child's in college. I got my golden ticket.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
But I'm serious. Like, you doing all that, but like, no. This is bad parenting, and you got to fix that. And I'm the secondary parent because I'm a teacher. When you at work doing what you're doing, talking your shit at the water cooler and everything, guess who's with your kid? Your kid, me. Fix that. Fix that. I don't care if you want to have Casamigos or Jameson at the night. That's your child, not my problem. And I had the conversation when she said, I knew you was gonna call me. I'll leave it there, sir.
No, by all means, don't stop. Keep going. Like you say, well, y'all ass at the water cooler checking
No,
his
I
time.
don't want to take over your show. That was crazy. But she at the end, she was like, I knew he was gonna call me. And that's how it sounded nice, but it was a long conversation, about 20 minutes. Parents got to do better. I know you all adults and y'all out here smoking your cigarettes, drinking your yak, but your kids out here, and then when you come at the teachers bogus, it makes you look suspect. They don't fix nothing. So cut it out or knock it off.
Well, you know, but I will do this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me do that. Now,
Thoughts and views.
but yeah, but for real, no BS, man. For real, yeah. We gotta do better. And I believe, this can happen and this can be done on both parts. With effective communication and with the youth and with each other as adults when it comes to dealing with, what I'm saying, again, like I said, your child and the person that's dealing with your child and educating your child. So yeah, man, that's just an opinion from one brother, that I happen to agree with, and it could be other people out here that agree with us, or it could be people out here that disagree with us. Um, Again, I just think these things are important, and like I say, I believe it needs to come from both parties, and also the child is itself. May
Hey,
it
bro,
be a
from Cino.
you say what?
Play that track from Cino.
Who the hell is
Thoughts and views. We're just giving you an opinion.
Cito? You mean
Yeah,
Cito?
Yeah. Same thing.
No, Cito and Cino, two different
You
things.
don't
No,
like it. That's okay.
but yeah, so we just got to do better with that. But anyway, um, and again, practice. Really not just saying we gonna do these things, but actually, really challenging ourselves to do these things. Just like with our kids who can't read, you know, maybe they can't read because you can't read. Mm, And I didn't say that. I know I chuckled a little bit, but I didn't say that for that reason. I said that because sometimes it can be challenging. Even I stumble and trip up over words, even though I know my brain just be moving so fast and I had to slow down. But there are people out here that can't read, and trying to put that time in and sitting down with their child and reading, could be embarrassing, or it could be, you know what I'm saying.
I
It
know
can have.
kids that have problems with algebra because they speak Spanish. So I get it.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily talk about foreign kids, but I guess in that situation too.
Narrative, that's what I'm dealing with. But I got to teach algebra in a different languages. Tough.
Well, I was just speaking about education, period. You know what I'm saying, about reading and things like that with the kids. So and like he said, it's different strategies and things that they try to employ to reach. And I guess it would be a little bit extra difficult, especially if the individual was foreign and you weren't fluent in a certain language and trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? What we call our mathematics, in our language to a kid that don't even speak it. But it can be done, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, see, and that
Keep talking. My bad.
and again, that's what we've been tasked with over here. So yeah, it can be challenging, man. Big news of the night, man. Well, I ain't gonna say big news of the night, but one of the most alarming things, man, over the weekend, man, was Shaduer Sanders. Um, Man, his draft stock. Oh my goodness, man, it's just been, I spoke about it a little bit. I think we was touched on it on Friday, but man, this is crazy, man. Like the brother got picked 144th in like the fifth round, the last day. Um, of the draft by the Cleveland Browns, who initially passed up on him before to pick a quarterback and then come back down and get him. Um, like I said, man, that was all part of the not getting picked in the first round was a slap in the face. You know, not getting picked in the second round um was the embarrassing part. Not getting picked in the third round was them showing, look, we got the authority and we got the power. And don't get me wrong, he still got picked. So, hopefully if he can make the roster, see, and that's what a lot of people don't know. Him getting drafted doesn't necessarily guarantee him a spot on the team. Um, but before we go on, man, I do want to do this. Big ups to Shaduer Sanders, man, for even big ups to Shaduer for sticking it out, because that took a lot of mental fortitude, man. To stay in there and hang in there, because he could have been like, man, you know what? Look, I'm supposed to win the top 5 or the top 3 or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get picked none in the first round. Then the second round, I ain't get picked. In the third round, I ain't get picked. In the fourth round, I ain't get picked. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave up, took his name out, been like, man, you know what? F this. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? So big ups. And then and Tom Brady, it's been a lot of hype because Tom Brady, worked out with the young man, and a lot of articles been saying that Tom Brady was kind of like a mentor for him. And Skip Bayless whack mentioned that maybe Tom Brady put the word out to the what are they now, to the Las Vegas Raiders, not to draft him. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? We can't tell, because but Brady ain't necessarily came out and made a statement, which he probably would never come out and make a statement and say that he did this. But and again, he's a minority owner, so, and don't get me wrong, even as a minority owner, you're not the bottom line. So and we would think, well, this is Brady, so he has an input. He's the GOAT. He's the great Brady. That's just a figurehead to face. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a little something where I'm saying he could put his money in and build up his little who off the bail. Because that's crazy, man. How much money do Brady got to be a minority? Or I'm not going, because Magic Johnson had to put up what was it, 250 million, and he only got like 6%, 4%. You know what I'm saying? What's the percentage that Brady got? But anyway, we not going there. But we ain't gonna get into nobody's pocket. I ain't pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm pocket watching, but I ain't pocket watching. But because we need more owners too, man. A lot of melanated individuals, man. We don't own no football, no bad. And I'm talking about, when I say ownership, I mean outright. I'm not talking about a minority stake inside a professional football, basketball, or baseball team. We have no so-called minority melanated individuals with a majority ownership. And that's something that we want to try to work to, That's why I say, man, like when Fox came in, it's important, man. Check your kids' grades out. Find out what they're doing in school. We want to push our kids to leadership. We want to push them to businesses. We want to push them to be entrepreneurs. We want to push them to be uh, uh, um, financial investors and things like that, man. That helps build the world. That helps build character. Sometimes it can flaw you too, because it's a lot of dangers and what I'm saying, uncanny things that you might have to pull off. But nonetheless, man, that's a field. That's the world. That's what we in. It ain't always about putting the ball through a damn hoop, or throwing and catching a football. And I'm not knocking sports, because I'm a advocate of sports and entertainment, and competitiveness, and what that can bring as well. But even with my own children, I try to instill in them that this is something that we can use as a tool to help. What I'm saying, receive this so-called education that they want us to have, and get this piece of paper. And then what we got to do, and see, and this is what we don't do. And this is what, and see, and this is what we don't do is what what Dion is doing. You know what I'm saying? He's showing his son how to be a brand, how to make money, how to go. He makes sure his son played high school, went to college, and graduated. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 sons on Colorado. So we always talk about the bad part of shit, and how Dion left Jackson State, and how Dion did this, and how Dion did that, and his relationships and all this other extra shit. Dion got 3 boys, and he got his 3 sons by him. One does film work, one does I don't want to say secretarial, but administrative work for him. You know what I'm saying? And then the other two are in college. One is a cornerback, and then y'all know about Shaduer. Shiloh is the other guy, Sanders' son. You know what I'm saying? He got his sons in college. He making sure they following their dream and they path. He laying out things. He know how the NFL work. He been there before. He didn't play professional baseball as well. So he makes sure his kids got this degree or continuing their education. Now, listen, the sports entertainment thing is a business, and this is how we're gonna approach this business. And again, like if he didn't get drafted, I believe Dion had a plan for him. But again, outside of what your parents got, and I'm not gonna, sit here and say that Shadur would have been wrong or he's wrong, but you've been doing this for a long time, man, and that's your dream. And your father is Deion Sanders, and he probably been promising you. And I'm not saying this per se. This just walk with me, y'all. Just envision what could be or could have been. Deion Sanders is my father, and ever since I was little, he, oh boy, you my son, you got this in me, and yada yada yada, yada. And you always been my coach, and you always telling me, son, you work hard, we gonna get to the league. You do this, we gonna get to the league. Boy, you know who your daddy is. Boy, you my son. That's why you know what I'm saying? And with that type of mentality, man. But with the lack of that, he still kept the hard work and the dedication, what I'm saying, and the fortitude and the mental, he had the mental fortitude as well and capabilities to stay strong and get better and grow. He might not be, let's say, the very best quarterback, but he has potential. And you can see the growth from his Jackson State to his Colorado State years. A lot of people say he had mediocre seasons, but listen, Brady didn't go first in the first round. Rodgers didn't go in the first round. And listen, I'm not, and I'm not gonna do that. You know what? And I said I wasn't gonna do that because a lot of people were saying that a lot of great quarterbacks weren't drafted in the first round, and look how it turned out for them. I don't want to paint that narrative or that picture for Shador because each and every individual, they paint their own picture. They dedicate and determine their own legacy. Through their own motivations, through their own inspirations, through their own, and also according to their environment and who they got in their corner. But like I say, we send our kids out here and we don't motivate them enough. If you send them to school and they go get that piece of paper for you, now, can you internalize that or help your child internalize that and make him an entrepreneur and make him his own business person? We don't do that in our families and we as melanated people, we don't have businesses. We don't go get business degrees. We don't know how to run or operate or understand the basis and the foundations of business. That's why a lot of our businesses fail because we try to go in there with that old jack of all trade or the old jack leg shit. And I'm not saying that can't keep you afloat and can't keep you going, but we still need to learn the process. That's like remember when I used to always speak to getting y'all a plan and going through steps 1 through 10, and how we like to start at step 1 and then we'll jump to 10 and then we'll go to 6 and then we'll go to 9 then we'll go to 2. Certain situations and cases you might can do that. But again, when you're playing with your life and you're trying to really be dedicated and you're trying to create this generational wealth thing, or you're trying to create not even generational wealth, just a family and instill good morals and proper values that you deem necessarily for your siblings. I'm sorry, not siblings, for your offspring and for your spouse and your circle to survive around you. These are some of the things that you want to be pushing, but again, it starts with the core, with the family. So when we send our kids off to colleges and things like that, man, how often is it that we come back and we have conversations with our child after they graduate? Okay, man, you did it. What I'm saying? This is the first part. It's a lot more next. What I'm saying? What do you plan on doing? Is there anything that I can help you with? No. Once they do that shit, we let them go. And like I said, we kicking her out. What I'm saying? When she's 14 and pregnant, we kicking him out first time he go to jail. Or if they decide to leave, it's crazy. And I'm not saying other people don't do that because I know they do, but I'm only dealing with mine because that's what's the most important right now. Even though people, period, in the general and overall, are important, but my community and what I see and what I deal with is important first because I got to get through that to get outside and in touch with anything else. So, what I'm saying? The change and the start has to come from within, from us. Um, and I think the NFL knows that about the Sanders family. And I do think that him being drafted was kind of like a slap in the face and an attention seeker and getter, to the Sanders family. But again, he was finally drafted, so um, big ups to him, man. And I just hope, he just go on to do bigger and better things. And don't let this slow him up. Um, and whatever he went to school for, and then that he gonna graduate, whatever degree he gets and graduate from. I hope he put that to use. Um, again, the professional athletic entertainment or sports, it's not always necessarily a guarantee. Um, you know, uh, mm, and we need to make sure that our young people know that. Just like the entertainment field, period. It's not guaranteed. Listen, nothing is guaranteed, but the aspirations of making a professional team in certain sports, when it's only been like a couple of thousand or maybe 1,000 people in that sport. You know what I'm saying? That, like, this is one in a trillion type. You know what I'm saying? And those who do happen to make it, I guess we can say they special. But for the ones that don't, I'm not going to say they're not special. It's just when they chance and when they opportunity and they when they time. And a lot of those people kind of get discouraged and then you don't hear nothing else about them, or they don't go on to do great things. But I'm here to let y'all know, man, like that's not the end of the world. Getting drafted by professional basketball, football, baseball, or any type of team, man. It ain't the end of the world. You know, got to keep going, got to keep pushing, man. And hopefully, we can come together as a community, as a family, and keep building and keep pushing us up, man. Because guess what? We need more than just entertainment. We need more doctors. We need more lawyers. We need more engineers. We need more painters. We need more melanated and operated on small businesses, that we should be supporting inside of our communities. We as a people should be tired of every time we wake up and go to the damn corner store. It's Habib, you know what I'm saying? Wing Chong, Mohammed, or whatever the case may be. And I ain't making no fun of nobody, or, what I'm saying, no pun intended with the names that I'm throwing out. But it's just crazy because when you go where they live at, they don't see nothing but them. And when they go into today's stores, it's them. You go to Chinatown, everything in Chinatown, man. Even from their delivery service to the setup to the fixing, everything is them. They do everything they sell. That's how they operate. Even when you go in the Jewish neighborhoods, it's the same thing. When you get out here and you get outside into the Amish communities, it's the same thing. Around here, close by me, I got the little Mexicans. So when you go over there, it's the same thing with them. They predominantly run, saying they area with their own people, own influences, own culture, and their own stores. We don't have that. But again, to speak to the Sanders family, big ups to Dion, man, for standing that strong. Big ups, shout out to Q and Overdose Music. Big ups to like I say, man, Deion Sanders for being a strong, father and helping Shaduer through this time. And again, I said, first, it was a slap in the face, and then second, it was an embarrassment. Now, don't get me wrong, it didn't have to be an embarrassment. He didn't have to take it that way. But I'm just saying, knowing that, he should have went in the second draft. That's just, that it kind of hurt. And you could tell when he gave his speech and he was talking to the public, I'm sorry, by saying, man, look, I'm gonna go on to do great things. I ain't gonna let this stop me, or yada yada yada. I know I'm gonna get picked and woo out the band. You can hit a crackling, but you can still hit a cockiness and a determination. But you can hit a how it was being held back, because he wanted to say certain things. So we talking about Dion Shadour getting drafted in the last round, getting picked 144th by the Cleveland Browns. Q. I just thought that was horrible, man. You know what I'm saying? How they tried to embarrass the brother and a lot of people say they thought it was about his father. Everybody say they thought it was about Dion. They said they was doing it because they don't like Dion, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I can't really say the NFL don't like Dion. And then he's in college. Dion ain't in the NFL, so he ain't making no. He said, "Yeah, both his sons, man. Also, they both got drafted. I didn't know they both got drafted. I just thought I only knew about Shadur, and that's wild. Because and speaking of Shiloh, I have seen I see the article saying that he had dropped his daddy or something. And then I had heard somewhere where they was trying to say that it was a joke. Okay, yeah, yeah. Here it go right here. I don't know. And so Shiloh fires dad Deion Sanders as agent and signs with Drew Rosenhaus before being signed to Tampa Bay Buccaneers and undrafted free agent deal. Okay, so so Shiloh went undrafted in a free agent deal. So and he signed to the Buccaneers, which is cool. So before being signed to Tampa Bay Buccaneers in an undrafted free agent deal, Shiloh Sanders, 25, fired his father Deion Sanders as his agent and signed with powerhouse Drew Rosenhaus. So at first I heard that this was a lie that he didn't, but apparently, let's see. So as we previously shared yesterday, Shiloh Sanders has signed a UDFA undrafted free agent deal with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shiloh celebrated the news with his father Deion Sanders and brother Shaduer Sanders, 23, um, and more. While live streaming during the Twitch live stream on day 3 of the NFL draft, we learned that Shiloh had another announcement. He shared after a new I'm sorry. He shared that he had a new agent. However, he had yet mentioned their name. While speaking to his brother Shadur, Shiloh said Dad was our agent, but that hasn't been working out too good. So today I had to sign with an agent. Shiloh Sanders' new agent has since been revealed as Powerhouse Sports agent Drew Rosenhaus. Rosenhaus, who owns Rosenhaus Sports Representation, RSR, has worked with a slew of NFL players, including Miami Dolphins Tyreek Hill. According to Pro Football Network, after seeing all of the drama that his brother Shadur went through with the 2025 draft, Shiloh opted to drop his father Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime, as his agent and signed with the powerhouse Drew Rosenhaus. Before the draft ended, Shiloh's brother Shadur was pushed to the 5th round before being drafted by the Cleveland Browns as an overall 144th pick. As mentioned during Shiloh's live stream on Saturday, April 26th, his announcement seemed like a joke or that he was teasing his father, meaning that he didn't expand on his comment. However, there was some truth to his big news. Before the draft ended, he was signed by Rosenhaus, who helped him get the University of Colorado safety sign to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an undrafted free agent following the 2025 NFL draft. Rosenhaus officially welcomed Shiloh into the agency family on social media later Saturday afternoon. After joining Rosenhaus Sports Representation, CEO founder Drew Rosenhaus and RSR president Robert Bailey negotiated Shiloh Sanders' UDFA contract with the Buccaneers. Um, pre, I'm sorry, per Pro Football Network at 25, Shiloh is older than many of his peers in the draft and isn't a prime prospect. The publication referred to him as a fringe draft pick. Damn. Noting him going undrafted isn't too shocking as a free agent. Shiloh would have to earn his spot on the Buccaneers roster with Coach Todd Bowles' defense. So yeah, and again, Shiloh wasn't highlighted like Shadur was. You know, Shiloh was uh, I believe he was a corner, safety, or DB. Well, he was a DB, but big up to Shiloh too, man. Yeah, man. Big up to Dion, man. Hey, man, do me a favor, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. We got a few people in the building, man.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
Like he said, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in on the stream tonight, man. What's good, everybody? How everybody doing tonight, man? What's going on? How everybody feel? But yeah, man. So, and again, like I say, I don't know if this was a thing to get at Dion or whatever the case may be. But man, I just think it was crazy and that it was wild, man. That you know, man, Shadur, listen. And again, like I say, big ups to Shadur. And I didn't even know Shiloh signed that deal. So big ups to Shiloh. And see, and if this is true, what everybody was saying, maybe it is some validity to the league or people not wanting to deal with Dion or you know what I'm saying, thinking Dion is overbearing and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, I seen you, Q. I seen you. I watched it. I seen it. Yeah, I seen it. Hey man, Q man, you know this ain't about you, brother. It's about the people, man. But I say your show, man, every time you come in, man, you me. It's not about you. It's about us, brother. Nah, but I'm fucking with you. But I seen your show, man. I seen that it was dope. It was dope, man. I seen you out there, man. You did like 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? It was what's up, what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hope you get some more opportunities, man, to come out this way, man, to perform and get on stage and do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Um, but I will say this, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if you was a little off. Your energy wasn't there, wasn't enough energy. You know what I'm saying? You performing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta turn up. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? You just a smooth individual in person on stage, but you know what I'm saying? You ain't had that energy, man. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for that energy, you know. But then Reggie's kind of Reggie's kind of small too, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? But still, you got to turn up, man. You got to turn up. You know? You ain't show out for the people. But yeah, I watched it, man. I watched it, man. All 3 songs was dope songs, songs that I done heard before. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, the songs was dope. You know, I thought you was gonna get the same energy in the song. You know what I'm saying, in the performance. You know, but shit happens, man. Oh damn, and I forgot you ain't did this shit in a while on no stage. So kudos to you, man. Matter of fact, cause yeah, it just dawned on me. Man, shout out to Overdose Music, man. Big ups to Q, man. My bad, Q. I forgot. You ain't really been, you know what I'm saying? So it just dawned on me, man. My bad. You know, talking about you got to get out here and get used to it and get your feet wet, man. But all right, so me let me retract. Me knowing that, bro. Yeah, you went out there and did your thing. You know what I'm saying? You did. Even though you did your thing, period, you know what I'm saying? I just thought, you know, maybe something was wrong, but I know Reggie's kind of small and you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. You know, a lot of people will go, you know, a lot of bands and stuff go there, man. And it just be, you know, I done seen some people get that I know hot, get up in there and it just be like, you know, I don't know. A lot of people don't like I don't know, man. Reggie's is okay to me. It's different. Reggie's is different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. For my people who ain't been to Reggie's, if you from Chicago, go check it out. It's different. Um, but yeah, Q man, big ups to Q, my boy. Overdose Music, man. My boy Quaalude, man, came out here 420 festival. Man, shout out to Unwrap the podcast, man. Shout out to Heat Detector. You know what I'm saying? He came down here, man. He did his thing, man. Big ups to, you know what I'm saying, shit, Shot Town's finest, you know what I'm saying, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, and everybody else that was on that graced the stage that night, man. And wasn't no violence, man. Didn't nothing happen. It was a peaceful night. So big ups to Q for coming out here doing this thing. But yeah, man. So maybe it was a point about Dion. And didn't nobody want to deal with Dion because Shiloh didn't keep him as his agent. And maybe Shiloh knew something that Shaduer didn't, you know what I'm saying? You know, Shaduer look more like now they both look like I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna start that. But I don't know. Well, it don't even matter, man. They both got drafted, man. So let's hope they get in the league and they do their thing. Mm. Let's see what he said. So it says I got something from Shaduer here, man. Shaduer Sanders enter crowded quarterback room as he starts Brown's career. See, and then and here we go. So Shiloh got to work to get this spot. So Shaduer got the spot. Probably gonna get a contract. But are they really gonna play? You know, is he gonna really be used? Because again, they picked the quarterback in front of him, and who was that quarterback? Is Deshaun Watson coming back? What's the status on Deshaun Watson? Do anybody out there know? If somebody out there know the status on Deshaun Watson, let me know, man. Let me know what's going on with him because yeah, this gonna be a thing. But
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
I think I don't know. I hope they just didn't pull Shadour on just to say he got drafted and then cut him. You know, I don't want this to be a situation of that, man. I want him to really get this experience. I hope he really starts an NFL game. I really want to see Shadour out there. I think he's a great thinking quarterback. He's a good pocket quarterback. Um, you know, I think, you know what I'm saying, if he get out there on the NFL field, I think things, his horizon would broaden. I think things would change. Honestly, I think he would have a Caleb Williams type first season, but I think he'll catch on quicker than what Caleb will. You know what I'm saying? I think Caleb went out there with the expectations and shit supposed to be given to him. I think Shadour gonna get out there and know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I just feel good about Shadour. You know, and I'm not saying he finna come out being a freaking NFL Super Bowl winning quarterback in his first 2-3 years of playing. No, I'm not saying that. I just think that it's progression. You know, saying from the type of person he is and who his father is and who we have around him. I think it'll work, man. I think Shadour can do some great things. And again, Shiloh change of representation speaks to how he thought his father was influencing others because he got an undrafted deal. You know, he didn't get drafted. He had an undrafted deal. But and if it wasn't for this Rosenhaus, he might not have got that chance. But big ups to but again, like I say, you know, the plan. I like the fact that Deion Sanders, he got both his sons into the league. You know, he did it his way. You know, he made sure they stayed in school. He made sure they was dedicated. You know, he made sure they worked hard. He made sure he built a legacy and a name for himself and passed it on to his kids and he made sure his kids did what they were supposed to do. You know, it all works together in hand. And then you know, and like I say, to the point where I know Shadour won't want to be his own individual, his own person, wants to build his own legacy, wants to have his own dreams. You know what I'm saying? Wants to live and do things outside of the Deion Sanders name. You know, he wants that name that's being heard or that's being shouted out or that's being known. He wants that name to be Shadour Sanders, not Deion Sanders. So, you know, he on the road to creating his own legacy. So big ups to Shadour. And again, man, just stay vigilant. You know, stay vigilant, stay in there. You know what I'm saying? We all know, and then, you know, he spoke on it briefly about, you know, and I don't want to say the disdain or the hatred, you know what I'm saying, or the dislike, but you know, we all can see and smell that it was something going on. You know, it was even speculations about if he didn't get drafted, if he had a lawsuit against the NFL. You know, um, and then you know, you hear about how he didn't interview well. People thought he was cocky. You know, how his viewpoints on the game were they were highly IQ'd as far as football, with just the mannerism of conveying the message to the person that was interviewing him. It came off as cocky, like he knew it all. Like, you know what I'm saying, the question that was being asked or being posed to him was too easy, and why should he have to answer these questions? I mean, that's the way they just that's how they was sent. I mean, because what else? How else could he interview bad? You know, his stats were decent. You know, if you asking me a question about, you know, because and we don't know what going on in these football interviews. We can only speculate unless we actually been inside of there or we watch some movies or some clips or some documentaries or whatever. But personally, individually, we don't know what going on inside of these interviews. So again, and I don't think that Dion, not Dion. Well, yeah, I don't think that Dion raised Shadour to be that way at all. And don't get me wrong, Shadour has his little flashiness and his little ways. But what star or what person that leads his team and has that and it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? He just carries it a little different. I'm pretty sure, you know, when they interviewed him, man, I don't think he interviewed bad. His stats, like I say, he was progressive from Jackson State to Colorado. I think he did good. You know, his numbers were decent. Actually, his numbers were better than, you know, a lot of the quarterbacks that was picked before him. If we want to stick to the stats and the numbers, And I'm talking about coming from Jackson State, because even like I talked about this too. A lot of the SWAC team, a lot of the HBCU teams don't get their credit. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things, man, that I kind of, damn, Dion, and some of the shit that the young men was saying. But again, man, sometimes those are lessons that need to be taught, and we can't always take those lessons as negative things. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn how to take everything that we experience in life. You know what I'm saying? As an experience and as a lesson, and know how to internalize and discern what to take from it, and not to necessarily always think that something is negative, and turn it around to the point where we just fucked up about it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, hold on, y'all. Yeah, but yeah, so man, it don't. Y'all don't y'all hate ignorant slow folk, but yeah, it's they everywhere. But anyway, yeah, man. But again, big ups to the Shadour family, man. Big ups to Dion. You know, like I was saying with the Jackson State thing, that was one of my things from, man, they already don't get a lot of recognition, and then when you got that, man, you kind of you brought some light on them, and some people, people were coming out for us. Then when you went to Colorado, the people were coming to Colorado for you, so they was following you, which was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? When it was at Jackson State, but it was frowned upon and looked down on, kind of, sort of, because it was taken away from the people. And I get that and I understand that. And I kind of fell into that boat too. But, on the back end of it, now I'm looking at Shiloh, and I'm looking at Shadour, and I'm looking at the legacy, and I'm looking at what's going on and what Dion had planned for him. And then the money that he potentially, I'm sorry, not potentially, the money that he just got with the coaching extension. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm like, man, they doing great things. You know what I'm saying? This family is progressing as they should. As they should. And he's not a gatekeeper. Big ups to Travis Hunter as well. Dion had a hand in an influence in Travis Hunter as well, getting into the draft, going number 2. Mm-hmm. We can't say we can't say Travis Hunter without saying Dion. We can't. You know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter made it his personal, thing to come play for Dion. You know what I'm saying? And under Dion Tulich, he won in coaching prowess. He won a Heisman. You know what I'm saying? And that's something, Dion should be proud of. That's something that Shadour should be proud of. Because even I know Shadour was in the Heisman runnings and racing, talked about beginning of last year and the year before last seasons. But Coach Prime, listen, you had one, Travis Hunter, man, offense and defense. You was the coach. You was responsible for it. Not only was you responsible for it, also Travis Hunter himself with his hard work and dedication and the things that he did on and off the field. You know what I'm saying? And the way he pushed through with a lot of the adversities that he had. We was talking about him for a minute, but again, man, big ups to those young brothers and big ups to Coach Prime, man, for doing this thing, man. And it just goes to show you, man, no matter what nobody say, no matter what anybody does out there, what I'm saying, or what anybody try to stop you from getting, and keep you from achieving, as long as you keep going, and you keep jumping over those hurdles, and you keep moving those obstacles, and you keep facing the adversity that's being put before you, man. Hey, you can get to the end of the, what I'm saying? You can get to the end of the tunnel, you know? Even if it ain't no light there. If you keep going, you know what I'm saying? Make your own light. We light beings, we energy, we electricity is in our body. Make your own light. Use your aura. Let your aura guide you. Let the light from your aura guide you. You know what I'm saying? Internalize and become one with yourself, and start to rationalize and understand your chakras and be your own light when these paths, when times get dark, or when you're in these closed off, enclosed spaces, and you can't see your way through, and you think it ain't no help out there for you, or you don't have nobody in your corner, you know what I'm saying, and you can't see, you know what I'm saying, a quarter of an inch in front of you. I ain't gonna say a foot. I'm gonna say a quarter of an inch in front of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everything is dark. You don't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, learn how to turn yourself into that light. You know, and I'm not saying that education is the only thing that should be done. It's beside, you know, it's more than education. You know, it's a lot more than education. You know what I'm saying? That helps you achieve greatness. Family, again, like we say, you know, I spoke about on another episode, a previous episode, about, you know, how they say our villages are lost or gone. You know, before I ended, man, I said, well, you know, what we need to do then, we need to go get these nails, we need to go get these hammers, we need to go get this wood, we need to go get this steel, and we need to start rebuilding our villages and our communities and getting them back running. You know what I'm saying? If they still called torn down or gone away and we don't have it no more, we need to start rebuilding. You know, you know, and you know, I don't want to use the Sanders family as an example because, you know, some people might have some negative things to say, and there's always going to be some negative things to say, but it's about the positive things that you can take out of situations. You know what I'm saying? And build upon, and that's what's important, and that's what we should all be doing. You know, finding those things that's positive and building upon those things. And just moving forward, man. So big ups to Dion, big ups to Shiloh, big ups to Shaduer, and big ups to Travis Hunter, man. In the NFL draft, that was great. That was great. That was great. Man, y'all, it's Manly Manday, man. Hey, man. Hey, I'm gonna be the first person, man, to hit your boy up in the super chat, man. Hit your boy up in the super chat, man. Or also, man, you can buy your boy a coffee, man. The link is at the top of the chat, man. Buy your boy a coffee, man. I like my coffee black with a bagel sandwich in the morning. You know what I'm saying? While I'm out here doing my thing. You know what I'm talking about? Also, man, y'all can support the channel. If y'all want, y'all can support the channel, man, and keep the channel growing and support all channel events. You get your cash app that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. That's $BeardedBuckZ with a Z. That's $BeardedBuckZ with a Z. One more time. That's $BeardedBuckZ with a Z. And scrolling at the bottom, or you can hit that PayPal. That's PayPal /Arthur32SP at gmail.com. PayPal again is PayPal /Arthur32SP at gmail.com. Or you can hit that super chat. Also, man, while y'all in the building, don't forget, man.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
I know I be talking a lot, man. You know, I don't be letting y'all know that. So let me hit it again for y'all, man.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
Like he said. Also, man, we got memberships, man. I gifted out 10 memberships to a few people for a month. I'm trying to get that members only content together for you, man. Working with Roscoe, man, on those Roscoe's rants. So only members only will you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm gonna give out some more. So I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying, a few of those together for my members. So they can check out that members only content of Roscoe's rant. You know what I'm saying? Roscoe going off, man. You know, what y'all see here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see it 10 times fold, you know what I'm saying, on Roscoe's rant. So you know what I'm saying, when we get all that together, man, next time I gift out some more subs, man. I mean some more memberships, man. Y'all will be afforded to that. But also to let the people know who don't get gifted out any memberships, man. We got three tier memberships, man. We got bronze beard, silver beard, and black beard. Membership starting at $3.99 to the highest to $24.99. And again, you know, members only content, and each one has its own perks and things like that. So, man, make sure y'all checking them out, man. If y'all mess with your boy, man, make sure y'all checking them out. Also, hit that super chat or that cash app or the buy me a coffee link at the top of the chat. And while you're doing that,
like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
And don't forget, every time you come on the stream, man, pull your phones out, share with 3 more people, tell them 3 more people to share with 3 more people, and those 3 more people to share with 3 more people, man. And come on, get in the building. Also, man, I want to let y'all know this is an open platform, open forum, man. Anybody can hit the link in the chat if you want to come up here, man, and talk about a topic that I'm talking about, or if you want to change the topic of discussion, or if it's something that you want to talk about, man, that's not being talked about in the community or in the public, and that you think is important. In the cause that you're fighting for, man, you're more than welcome to come on the platform and get down as well. And all my melanated businesses, brothers and sisters out there, man, if y'all got things going, man, y'all can come on and promote and do what y'all do. Also, man, I'm looking for people to do presentations and to teach my people. Anybody out there, man, that want to put a presentation together, man, about insurance and teach my people how to get insurance. I don't mind you coming on the platform doing that, because I do believe that my people should be getting insurance. If anybody want to do any historical presentations or anything like that, man, you're more than welcome to come onto the platform and do that as well, man. We all about teaching over here. We all about community. We all about family. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all every night, you know what I'm saying, before we get up out of here, man, peace and blessings. Not that I'm going nowhere, but peace and blessings. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all, man, without y'all, there wouldn't be no bearded conversation. We are family, man. This is community. So we all about building. Each one teach one, as Cito saying, and others. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. Each one teach one, If we can teach each other, man, and motivate and inspire and have love, peace, and respect for each other, we can grow our communities and help each other get better. You know what I'm saying? We can build and aspire to be those Deion Sanders, those Shilohs, and those Shaduers, and those Travis Hunters, and things like that. And not only that, man, the doctors of the world, you know what I'm saying? The philosophers of the world, the engineers of the world, the biologists of the world, the archaeologists of the world. Man, it's a host and slew of a lot of things that we can be, man. You know what I'm saying? So we great. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to keep going on that hey black child shit, because that ain't what I'm about. But we great, be great, do great. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just keep striving, man. We'll get it. We'll get it, man. We will get it. But that was crazy though about Shadour, man. Man, your boy Trump, man. This guy here, man. Trump say he bringing back Columbus Day, y'all. I listen, man. I don't know what to say about Trump, man. Trump is just out here, just do he just wake up and be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do this today." Like, I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put no thought into this. I'm just gonna wake up and do some random shit, like, because I'm Trump. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me read a little bit of this article. So, President Trump made clear Sunday that he would not follow his predecessor practice of recognizing Indigenous People Day alongside Columbus Day in October, accusing Democrats of degenerating. Wow, I'm sorry, denigrating. I'm sorry, denigrating the explorer's legacy as he pressed his campaign to restore what he argues are traditional American icons. First of all, Columbus ain't even from America. So how can you say that he's an American icon? How can you say he discovered America when America was already discovered and inhabited by a group of individual people? So why wouldn't you recognize Indigenous People Day if y'all were going to change it to that, instead of calling it Columbus Day, because he came here and he found that there were people already here? I mean, it only makes logical sense. I mean, throughout history, yes, the history, if you're going to correct history, you would keep it at the indigenous people. And this is just my opinion. If you're going to correct history, yeah, and make it right, I would say stick with the Indigenous People Day. But if you just want to go with the regular old pillaging, conquering, raping, treacherous, barbarous, savagery, and if you want to go with that part of the history, yeah, of course, bring Columbus Day back. You know what I'm saying? Call it Columbus Day again. So Democrat Joe Biden was the first president to mark Indigenous People Day, issuing a proclamation in 2021 that celebrated the invaluable contributions and resilience of indigenous people and recognize their inherent sovereignty. And again, we hear about the stories about how when Columbus came over here and the Pilgrims came over here, they teach us that what they teach us. But again, so how was it discovered and that's what's crazy. How did he discover anything if they was teaching us about the people that was already here that was helping them live over here before, what I'm saying, they started giving them their diseases and their sicknesses and started killing them off, and also through massacre and killings and things of that nature once they got what they needed from them. They just took over their land. It's crazy, man. So, but again, and I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, what the hell do you expect from Donald Trump? I guess everybody has their own purpose and reasoning behind it. You don't have to agree with it with everybody's logic and reasoning and understanding. Because as individuals, we have that right to afforded to us to think outside the box as we want. And this is Trump. So and recognize the inherent sovereignty. Well, you're not recognizing the inherent sovereignty by doing this. So the proclamation noted that the proclamation noted that America was conceived on a promise of equality and opportunity for all people, but that promise we have never fully lived up to. That is especially true when it comes to upholding the rights of the dignity of the indigenous people who were here long before colonization of the Americas began. Mr. Trump on Sunday used a social media post to declare, "I'm bringing Columbus Day back from the ashes," he said on his True Social site. That Democrats did everything possible to destroy Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon, um, which is his Spaniard name, his reputation, and all of the Italians that love him so much. What the fuck? Anyway, um, um, he also, he said he is hereby resonated Columbus Day under the same rule, dates, location as it has for all of the many decades before. The federal holiday, the second Monday in October, is still known as Columbus Day, during by this term, but also as Indigenous People Day. It remained a federal holiday, and the former president didn't make any changes as to how or when Columbus Day is recognized in his proclamation, in which he directed the flag of the United States be displayed on all public buildings in honor of our diverse history and the indigenous people who contribute to shaping this nation. Biden recognition had been a long time goal of activists who wanted to shift from the focus of commemorating Columbus' navigation to the Americas to his successors' exploitations of the indigenous people he encountered there. Several years before Biden proclamation, some states and local governments, including Columbus, Ohio, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Denver, Austin, Texas, had opted to recognize Indigenous People Day over Columbus Day as a way of recognizing victims of colonialism. New York is among many places that acknowledges both names of the federal holiday, with Governor Kathy Hochul first recognizing Indigenous People Day in 2021, while New York City continues to hold the largest Columbus Day parade in the country. Though Mr. Trump has long objected to telling the country's history through the lens of diversity and oppression, the holiday he seeks to restore to his primacy was added to all the calendars as a nod to the country nod to the country's growing diversity. Columbus expeditions never touched the North American continent, let alone any land that is now part of the United States. But the native of Genoa became increasingly commemorated in the United States as an Italian immigrant flocked to this country, and politicians sought to win their support. Indeed, it was the lynching of 11 Italian Americans immigrants in New Orleans in 1891 that led the first Columbus Day celebration in the United States. Led the following year by President Benjamin Harrison. President Franklin D. Roosevelt designated Columbus Day as a national holiday in 1934. I said his Spaniard name. I'm sorry. He sailed over here for Queen Isabella, supposedly looking for spices. He did come from uh, Italy. And big ups to Q, man, because Q was telling me about it was more Italian people hung in Chicago or somewhere than black folks. I don't know. Was he saying Chicago? Yeah, I think he said Chicago or something like that. It was a lot of Italians being hung. It was more Italians hung um than black folks or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man. So yeah. So Mr. Trump has long complained about the Democrats tearing down statues of Columbus, a complaint he made again and again in Sunday's post in 2017. He spoke out against a review of the 76-foot tall statue of the explorer in New York's Columbus Circle that then Mayor Bill de Blasio had ordered. It remains in place today, but the other statues have been defaced or torn down. In 2020, Trump administration paid to restore a Columbus statue in Baltimore that was dumped in the harbor during protests against the police murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Dozens of other Columbus statues across the country were taken down or in the process of being removed, and many of them were vandalized after renewed. Black Lives Matter protests began anyway. But yeah, man. I don't know. What y'all think about that? Wow, shit. Hey, Trump, man, while you out here bringing back Columbus Day, man, give somebody some reparations. Shit. What'd you say when you said Columbus Day? That's what Columbus didn't discover shit. He had a map drawn up by Amerigo Vespucci. But again, he didn't even hit nowhere over here in the North American continent. You know, he didn't even. So again, like that's why I say, if you was really trying to correct some shit, you'll leave it as is. But if you want to recognize, that type of history, you gonna change it back, and that within itself explains a lot. Honestly, that within itself explains a lot, and and we should really wake up and look who you voted for. Yeah. And then you're trying to go to war with Iraq and Iran and over there. You want to blow up things over there, man. I don't know, man. Mm-mm. I have no idea what's going on. This is interesting, man. Check this out. That's some interesting shit. Let's see what they talking about. A judge threatened to close court after FBI arrest of Milwaukee judge. Oh man, we got judges getting arrested out here. Hey man, hey, it's the way of the world, man. It's the way of the world. A Wisconsin judge is now threatening not to hold court after FBI arrested Milwaukee-based judge Hannah Dugan on Friday on obstruction charges. Judge Monica Isham, of Sawyer County, made the stunning claim in an email sent to all state judges on Saturday. Wisconsin Right Now reported. Isham claims she no longer feels protected or respected as a judge after the arrest of Dugan and will refuse to hold court without new guidance or support. I no longer feel protected or respected as a judge in this administration. If there is no guidance for us and no support for us, I will refuse to hold courts in Branch 2 in Sawyer County. I will not put myself or my staff who may feel compelled to help me or my community in harm ways, she wrote. Isham added that she has no intentions of allowing anyone to be taken out of my courtroom by ICE and is sent to the concentration camps, especially without due process, as both of Constitution we swore to support requires even threatening to start raising bail money for defendants. So with this immigrant and this ICE shit though, bro, like they don't belong here. So again, man, and I could be wrong, and I'm not saying or trying to be immoral, but why are we fighting for motherfuckers' rights that don't even belong here? Let me go to court. Or how about you take that same stance with me? You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that look like me. That's fucking crazy and ridiculous, bro. Isham emails follows the arrest of Duggan after she alleged misdirected immigration custom enforcement officers in mid-April to help an illegal immigrant evade arrest. According to a 13-page criminal complaint, Duggan directed officers away from Mexico native Eduardo Flores Ruiz, who was in court for a hearing in a domestic violence case, sneaking him out the back door of the courtroom, typically reserved for jurors and in custody defendants. The actions led to Flores Ruiz leaving the courthouse for about 22 minutes before he was captured by immigration officials. Y'all still caught him? Damn. Officials had had an arrest warrant for Flores Ruiz, who was already deported over a decade ago and at some point re-entered the country illegally. Isham defendants Dugan alleged conduct in her email on Saturday. Yesterday, Judge Hannah Dugan of Milwaukee County stood on her oath, and in the very building she swore to uphold it, and she was arrested and charged with felonies for it. Enough is enough, she wrote. Well, shit, actually, you did commit a crime. You know what I'm saying? In this case, you did commit a crime. If he's deported over 10 years ago and he's supposed to not been back in this motherfucker, yeah, you did. Yeah. Listen, man, I just feel like, mm, mm, mm. Damn, y'all, Shadur Sanders will lose out on more than 40 million thanks to the fifth round slide. Damn. Yeah, Shadur, make sure you get in there and do your thing, man. Damn. So, make sure you get in there and do this thing. Hmm? That's crazy, man. Money that they say you losing, man, that's crazy. Hmm. All right, y'all. Oh man, we got some more missing kids out here. This is crazy, y'all. Chicago police seeks public help in the search of a missing 15-year-old Shavala Howard from the West Side. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Concerns is growing for the well-being of Shavala Howard, a 15-year-old girl reportedly missing from the West Side of Chicago. This is crazy, man. I'll let y'all hear.
Police tell us an off-duty police officer was involved in a shooting there.
Oh no, that ain't it. They talking about a shooting. Hold on. So Chicago area police has Chicago Police Area 5 has issued an alert and is appealing to the public for any information regarding her whereabouts. Shavala was last seen on April 17th near the 4700 block of West Washington Boulevard. Those who might seen her or know anything about her current location are encouraged to reach out to the Area 5 special victim at 312-746-6554. She's standing 4 feet 11 inches, weighing approximately 130 pounds. Shavala has brown eyes, black hair, and a medium complexion. Chicago police has disseminated this description, hoping it would aid in her quick identification and safe return. In a statement obtained by the Chicago Police Department official page, authorities urge anyone with information to come forward. Stating any information, please call Area 5 Spectrum Victims Unit. The case has been registered under the NIC number M25A66665, a detail that could be crucial for those looking to match reports or sightings with Shavala's case. So Shavala Howard, 15-year-old girl missing from the West Side, last seen around the 4700 block of West Washington Boulevard. Oh man, I don't know why our kids, bro. She said due process is afforded to all who inhabited this land, illegal or not. When they take that away, you're officially guilty just because they say without your day prove your innocence. Or to say day to prove your innocence. I agree, Professor. If you can't see that, have fun in the gulag. I agree with what you're saying, but hell, ain't nobody protesting for us, and we here. You know, we inhabitants of the land. And I know what you're saying, illegal or not, or whatever the case may be. Once you in here, you're subjected to some of the laws and all that shit over here, especially once you hit a sanctuary city. I get it. I understand. I ain't knocking that. But bro, come on, man. For real. Like, come on, man. And I don't want to be the one to say, oh, well, because you ain't doing this for me. But I'm gonna be that one right now. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to start doing some shit for me and for mine. Cause man, come on, man. And speaking of ICE, let's get to it. So ICE deports immigrant mother of an infant and 3 children who are U.S. citizens, lawyers say. And that's the thing now. It's that right there. Now, if they citizens, I disagree with the foolery. You know what I'm saying? Professor, if they citizens already, you know what I'm saying, I do disagree with the foolery. And don't get me wrong, man, and you ain't finna sit here and say, you know, because they got the accent or they speak Spanish or this, that, and the third, they got to go and yada yada this and that and the third. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm saying, because now once they get over here and it's a mix, you really don't know who. But for the ones that's over here legally and they can prove it, man, and they got a history in the past here, leave them alone, man. Like, why y'all doing this shit? I mean, eh, you know, well, and it's those type of hiccups and little small things that you blatantly doing, and that's not being stopped. So that leads to other greater things that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the leader of the free world. That ain't being stopped. And then the federal judges or the federal government. You know what I'm saying? It's that the judicial branch. It do that petty bullshit. Stop. I'm sorry. It do that petty BS stopping of certain things and executive orders that you put out that don't really you can't even use on a bake a cake. You know what I'm saying? We trying to bake a cake, and you giving me dish detergent instead of baking powder. I can't use that. You know what I'm saying? Like they stopping some of the, and I ain't gonna even say that because a lot of this executive orders had a purpose and a plan. So you know what I'm saying? When he signing them and they passing them, it affects certain individuals and things like that. So I can't say that. But I'm talking about the main core value shit. Like, man, it's insane. Just like with these tariffs, bro. You know, all that bullying tactic and trying us to come on, man. We ain't got time to be paying 250 cents. Come on, man. What is you doing? What is you doing? What is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like DJ say, man, on Spinner Block Media, I was watching them the other day, man, the only people that's gonna suffer, because as a business owner, only people that's gonna suffer is his customers. The customers gotta pay the back end. And that's what's crazy, man, because we already get complaints about things being too high. Now the customer gotta pay the back end, and that back end ain't nothing nice, my boy. He say the dude doesn't want any people of color to live in peace. You are included in that. He say no matter how much you try to advocate for fascism, you are cattle. No matter how much you no matter how much you want to be a pet. What the fuck is you talking about, man? Who trying to be a pet? Ain't nobody looking for fashion. I ain't no damn pet. Now, I ain't cattle, brother. Now, if you cattle with that type of statement and that type of mentality and this type of understanding, brother, you are cattle. No matter how much you want to be a pet, I'm not cattle. I'm not a pet. I ain't included in shit. You feel me? Don't put me in that space. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't put yourself in that space, Professor. You shouldn't even put yourself in. See, this type of understanding is gonna always keep us in that space. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying you can't recognize and understand this. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I agree with you with the first. Now with the first part, the dude doesn't want any people of color to live in peace. I give you that, but don't put us all in that box. You're included in that. I never said I wasn't a person of melanated hue, brother. I know who I am and what I am, and I refuse for myself to be put inside of that box. And I don't advocate for fascism, brother. No, no. It might sound like it, but no, no. Just keeping it real, man. Y'all don't understand it, man. You're a businessman, man. You should know better than that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers in the recent days deported a Cuban-born mother of a 1-year-old girl, separating them indefinitely, and the 3 children ages 2, 4, and 7, who are U.S. citizens alongside their Honduran-born mother. Their lawyer said Saturday. The 3 cases raised questions about who is being deported and why, and come amid a battle in federal courts over whether President Donald Trump immigration crackdown has gone too far and too quickly at the expense of fundamental rights. Lawyers in the cases described how the women who were arrested at routine check-ins at ICE offices, given virtually no opportunity to speak with lawyers or their family members, and then deported within 3 days or less. Damn, they getting them in and out. The American Civil Liberties Union, a National Immigration Project, and several other allied groups said in a statement, the way our ICE deported children who are U.S. citizens and their mother is shocking, although increasingly common abuse of power. Gracie Willis of the National Immigration Project said the mothers are at the very least, at the very least, did not have a fair opportunity to decide whether they wanted the children to stay in the United States. We have no idea what ICE was telling them. And in this case, what has come to light is that ICE did not give them another alternative. Willis said in an interview, they didn't they didn't gave them a choice. They didn't give them a choice. But it says gave. And that these mothers only had one option to take their children with them, despite loving caregivers being available in the United States to keep them here. But if they'd have kept their kids here, they probably would have never seen their kids again. What's going on, see the old boy? The 4-year-old who is suffering from a rare form of cancer, and the 7-year-old were deported to Honduras within a day of being arrested with their mother, Willis said. In a case involving 2-year-old, a federal judge in Louisiana raised a question about the deportation of the girl, saying that the government did not prove it had done so properly. The lawyers for the girl's father insisted he wanted the girls to remain with him in the U.S., while ICE contended the mother had wanted the girl to be deported with her to Honduras. Claims that they were fully vetted by the U.S. District Judge Tara Doty in Louisiana. Doty, in a Friday order, scheduled a hearing on May 16th in the interest of dispelling our strong suspicion that the government just deported a U.S. citizen with no meaningful process, he wrote. The Honduran-born mother who was pregnant was arrested Tuesday on an outstanding deportation order, along with the 2-year-old girl and her 11-year-old Honduras-born sister, during a check-in appointment at the ICE office in New Orleans, lawyers said. The family lived in Baton Rouge. Doherty called the government lawyer on Friday to speak to the woman while she was in the air on a deportation plane. Wow. O- Only to be called back less than an hour later and told that the conversation was impossible because she had just been released in Honduras. That's crazy. In the Thursday court filing, of course, even if she wasn't released, they weren't gonna let her talk to her. So since she couldn't talk to her, shit, she couldn't. Yeah. So and then once they get up out of here, shit, ain't no talking to him. You see, they still ain't brought the man back from Maryland. In the Thursday court filing, lawyer of the father said ICE indicated that it was holding the 2-year-old girl in a bid to introduce the father to turn himself in. Wow. His lawyers didn't describe his immigration status, but said that he has legally delegated the custody of his daughters to his sister-in-law as a U.S. citizen who also lives in Baton Rouge. Hmm. Cuban-born woman is deported, leaving behind child and husband. In Florida, meanwhile, a Cuban-born woman who was a mother of a 1-year-old girl and the wife of a U.S. citizen, was detained at the scheduled check-in appointment at the Immigration Customs Enforcement Office in Tampa. Her lawyer said Saturday, but if she was married, she should have still been here. Um, Heidi Sanchez was held without any communication and flown to Cuba 2 days later. She is still she is still breastfeeding her daughter, who suffers from seizures. Her lawyer Claudia Canizar said. The lawyer said she tried to file paperwork with ICE to contest the deportation Thursday morning, but ICE refused to accept it, saying Sanchez was already gone. Although the lawyers said she doesn't think that was true. So the lawyer said she told ICE that she was planning to reopen Sanchez's case to help her remain in the U.S. legally, but ICE told her that Sanchez can pursue the case the case while she's in Cuba. So they didn't send her to Cuba. So oh, my bad, Professor. I'm like, damn, boy, you get down on me. He said, I didn't mean you per se. He said, I mean the supporters of that back him regardless of his many shortcomings. Those who follow him as well as their support constitutes a shield against tyrannical nature. Okay, I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, damn, Remo, you gonna put me in that box? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but again, I agree with it. Now, this statement, I wholeheartedly agree. Those that support, and again, and Professor, I want to say this. I don't think everything that Trump is doing is wrong. And I don't think everything that Trump's doing is right. You know? I can honestly say that and admit that. And I think that's what a lot of us can't say. That's what a lot of us can't say. You know, the idea of bringing back business to your homeland isn't a horrible idea, but this should have been implemented and instituted maybe 20, 30 years ago, with maybe 6 presidents ago. And by now, and this isn't all, and check it out, y'all. This ain't the first time that somebody then ran on this plight about bringing businesses back over here to the United States of America, and building us back up and making us back strong. This ain't the first time. Trump ain't the only one. Trump might be the only one that might have made a move on it, but he ain't the only president that then spoke up against this. I mean, spoke up and out about this. You know what I'm saying? He might just been the only one that acted and moved upon it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it look like it's such a bad thing, here in 2025 when we so dependent upon China. And is that dependency such a good thing? Do we need to be dependent upon another country like that? I mean, we got to think about some of these things. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't borrow and barter and engage in foreign relations and have allies and things like that with China, Europe, other European countries, other Eastern countries, or Western countries, or anywhere that has inhabitants on a continent in this place called the Earth. We should be growing and learning and experiencing things and giving things and taking and receiving things from people. You know what I'm saying? Just like we taking, we should be giving. Just like they giving, they should be taking. You know what I'm saying? Fair exchange ain't no robbery. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say out here. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. If it's a fair exchange, and both parties deem everything's okay, the transaction is legit. But in this case, Trump, and again, man, I grew up always knowing that China, paid a big part of our deficit for us. You know what I'm saying? And was holding us down. And Trump might feel as though, because they have been doing that or they have done that, Trump might feel as though, he don't want China to think they got us by the balls no more. It's a lot of so don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying everything that he does is right. I'm not gonna say everything that he's trying to do is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Uh uh you gotta have a vision, you gotta have a dream, you gotta have a plan. You gotta fuck up something to know how to get it right. Um I think I just think it's because it's Trump, you know? If it was anybody else out here doing this shit that Trump doing, I don't even think people would be responding or even saying half the shit that they saying. I think it's just because it's Trump. Because if Biden or Kamala Harris was doing these things, I don't think the world would be in such an uproar. Not saying that the Democrats would do some shit like that, or if it was another Republican raising tariffs. I mean, come on. And I ain't trying to sound like the bad guy or the unreal red individual, or you know what the fuck you talking about. Come on, man. Listen, it's politics, it's business. You know? I hear you with that fascism shit, you know what I'm saying, about the dictatorial shit and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't think I knew what fascism? No, fuck with. But yeah, I get it. That's and guess what, Professor? Trump might not even trying to be that way. It might come off like that, but that might not even be his intentions. And I refuse to believe he just ignorant old stupid. I refuse to believe that. You know? I refuse to believe that. Now he might have a team around him, supporting him and putting things together, or maybe not, or just letting him go. But bro, he got a plan. He said America is a large part of the global economy. He said we need other countries because America doesn't have everything that's available on planet Earth. You can't cut everyone else off if you don't have it. And that's true. And I understand that. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. Now, what I'm saying is, brother, ain't nothing wrong with getting these materials and and exporting, getting these materials exported out here to the point where we can't reproduce certain things that we get from other places. I'm not saying everything, You know what I'm saying? But something, and that would create a better economy and give jobs. But again, you got to pay for the cost of living and wages, and then and that's why I say this thing that he trying to do. Like I say, bro, this ain't the first president. He ain't the first person that said something about this. He just the first person that's acting on it. I believe if they'd have acted on it way back then, or if they weren't playing with their recession shit, or if they wasn't inflating and playing with numbers, and if the banks and the government centers weren't doing what they was doing, we probably wouldn't even be in this situation with Trump and these tariffs right now. You feel me? So that's another thing that we fail to realize. We putting all this shit on Trump's shoulders. This shit ain't on just Trump's shoulders, bro. This shit ain't just on Trump's shoulders, bro. This shit is on the shoulders of every president before him, whether they was Republican or Democrat. Bro, they all like, bro, this shit is just stemmed and stemmed and stemmed. And you know what I'm saying? It just ain't on his shoulders. Like, is he the face front? He the face man right now because that's what we see doing the bullshit. Yeah, but it ain't all on his shoulders, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't defending him, but shit, it's on everybody's shoulders. Shit. I don't like the fact that Biden kept sending money over there to Ukraine. Like, come on, man. All that damn money he sent over there. Like, it's a lot. That's what I say, bro. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit, bro. We can sit here and talk till we blue in the face about these politics and this shit that they make for our country. But guess what? We let them. You know what I'm saying? We let them. I don't see no, and then, we do all this talking. I don't see no melanated. And yeah, be that as it may, they might shoot us down on the Capitol line. But the white folks, when they ain't like it, they see what they doing, they storm it. What he do? He got them out. You know what I'm saying? He pardoned their ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if Obama was up there, man, and we stormed the Capitol, man, Obama gonna say, keep those N-words in jail. Don't you let not a damn one of them out. They are a menace to society. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Obama would have done. I'm playing, y'all. Obama probably would let a few folks out, if not all. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But, yeah, man, we don't do none of that, man. We don't, even on a local level, small level, bro. Bro, we don't know who none of these appellate or circuit court judges is. We don't know aldermen. We don't know councilmen. We don't know shit. Oh, look, Tiffany Hayes, for example. That was somebody that we chose to represent us out in Harvey, man, and look what the fuck she did. Or Dalton, wherever the hell she was at. Come on, man. Look the mayor of New York. It's just crazy, bro. It don't matter. Entertainment, politics, anything we seem to get to where they say we don't have resources afforded to us, bro. Anytime we get to that point where we I ain't gonna say reach the mountaintop or the promised land, but when we reach to the point where we in that crossover mode, we always do something to fuck it up. We always do something to mess it up. I ain't saying we can't be real back, but we always do something to mess it up. Always. And again, they do too, but we messing up inside of their system. We don't have a system that we messing up inside in. We messing up inside of somebody else's system. You feel? The tariffs don't benefit the country. They never have. All they do is needle the average Joe pocket. So take the tariffs. So you say do away with all tariffs, foreign and domestic. So Professor Remo, are you saying do away with all tariffs, foreign and domestic? And if you are, explain why, sir. And explain how tariffs don't benefit the country. Because if they don't benefit the country, please explain. And are you talking about foreign and all domestic tariffs? I mean, listen. Tariffs do benefit the country because it's leverage, brother. It's leverage, man. Anything that's got a definition on it, man, and it's about business and politics and money and government, and we use it against the other person or woo up the best leverage, man. It do benefit this country, whether it's maliciously benefiting this country, whether it's positively benefiting this country, whatever. It's a benefit to this country in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It might not be the way we like or way we want, but it's beneficial. And who said we might not reap or be part of the benefit, and we do. And it's probably 0.0000000000000000% that we reap from, but shit, we reap it. We reap it. You know what I'm saying? But I get you, Professor. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? I know about tariffs though, bro. But I do think it's about leverage, bro. It's leverage.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
Come on, man. I need a sponsor for the night, man. I don't need my moderators. Need to Cito. Where you at, Cito? Be my first sponsor of the night, Cito boy. Where you at? Where you at? Be my first sponsor of the night, Cito. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? We said yes. All tariffs must go. The country puts the country they put the taxes on don't pay the tariffs. The consumer pays the tariffs at the point of sale. Read that one more time. Yes, all tariffs must go. The country they put the taxes on don't pay the tariffs. The consumer pays at the point of sale. But guess what? The country does pay it because if you're a consumer inside of that country, you're paying it at the point of sale. You're part of that country, so the country pays. Country pays it. Be it the backs of the consumer, be it the back of the taxpayer. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't think when heads sit down, when heads of state sit down, you know what I'm saying, they got a state fund where they go gamble or pay off. You know what I'm saying? You know? And you gotta think about this. Well, where does the state or that government get its money from? It get it from people. You know what I'm saying? They get it from the money that they produce and put into the economy, and the economy, you know, circulate it back. I don't know, Professor. I don't know. Your point might not be as valid as you think it is. Oh shit, man. Hey, man. Hey, we done had a beautiful time here tonight, man. I do apologize once again, man, for starting so late, man. I was doing some things and it slipped my mind the time. But it is about that time, man. You know what I'm saying? To get on up out of here, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in for Manly Manday. Big ups to all my moderators, man. Big ups to the professor, man. Big ups to Diablo. Cito boy, I see you, man. Hey, also, man, big ups to the Sanders family, man. Shiloh getting that undrafted deal, man. Shaduer finally getting drafted, and Dion, man, you know, for doing great things with his family out there, man. Big ups to them, man. Big ups to everybody, man. Big ups to all the family. Also, man, don't forget to be tuning in, y'all, every Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11. Again, I apologize for being late. For Bearded Conversation, Real Men Talk, and every Friday for Bearded Studios, Real MCs Talk. My Saturdays, y'all, I got to put on hold because I do be since I'm working now, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna put them on hold. I might start the stream at 9 and go to 2. I might not do the 11 to 5. I just might boost up the time because I had to be at work early in the morning. You feel me? So yeah, that's something we gonna look into about boosting up the time so we can still keep that going for the people. You know what I'm saying? Or when I get off, I might just spin until then. We'll see. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I still want to get my peoples out there with their music and do their thing. Professor says, if you import goods, your prices goes up. The cost is passed on to the consumer. Remo, this guy Remo, man. Remo, I'm gonna go get we gonna have somebody come on and talk about. See, hey, and people too, man. I always be looking for people to come on and debate, and people to bring knowledge, and people to let us know what's going on. Yeah. Yes, Professor. Yeah, I do. But yeah, man. Because I ain't saying you wrong, but you know, it's all about strategy, man. It's all about how you do what you do with what you got. You know what I'm saying? And I know we ain't got much, so we gotta be real careful in particular about what we got, you know what I'm saying, until we can get a little bit more. You know, and as individuals, you know, we think we can do that on our own, but I'm here to tell y'all, man, we need to get together. I appreciate you, Professor. But we need to get there. But I ain't gonna be that long, Professor. I don't even like it, man. You know, always looking for something better, man. Hey, big ups to L Boogie too, man. L Boogie, man, trying to get me a seater, man, so I come inside of y'all houses and shit. Just didn't take. Nah, I ain't gonna. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's man. We think we can do it. On our own and separate. We need to come together and realize it's gonna take us. So like I said last time, man, get them hammers, get them nails, get them boards, get that steel, and let's start building back up our villages, man. With that being said, man, I'm gonna leave y'all how I came to you, man, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Toxic Tuesday. And that's, man, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Again, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. One last time, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. And don't forget that love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration are 5 key components of life that we all should be subscribing to. And again, that's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. One more time, that's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. And just for shits and giggles and kicks, man, we going to throw support in there, man. Hey, we got to start supporting each other, man. Hit that cash app. Y'all see it, $ Bearded Bucks with a Z, man. And guess what? When it go off, you know what I'm saying? You can always see it scrolling at the bottom, so you ain't got to wait till I go live to support the channel. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to wait till I go live to hit them super chats. You can always hit those super chats. And when I see them, I will shout you out, give you a round of applause. Big ups to everybody that done donated to me, man. Brother Prometheus, Pope Beats, Professor Remo, Miss Kimber, GG Gaming Palace, Overdose Music, man, everybody, man. Brandon New, man, everybody that support, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that come on the stream and watch, man, most definitely I appreciate y'all. So man, let's continue to do what we do, man. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to be a family, man, and let's move this needle, man, and get some things done for our people. He said, Remo says, I'm on my way to building my own way. He said, angel investors are starting to hit my line today. That's what's up, man. Congratulations to you, brother. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's do the damn thing. Let's do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. With that being said, man, y'all know what it is, man. Like Roscoe say, man, if ain't nobody today told y'all that they love you, we here on Bearded Conversation. We love you, man. Big ups to Roscoe P. Big ups to L Boogie. Big ups to my co-host with the mostest, my little one AJ. Big ups to all y'all family and friends out there, man. Peace and blessings to the chat. Peace and blessings to the fam. I love y'all. With that being said, man, all superheroes that wear capes, but they still need their theme music. So to all my superheroes, all my Beardonians, and all my beautiful people. And I can't forget about those Rosconians, man. We out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a job. He won't even pay. Hard work and dedication. Ain't no judgment. We just have a conversation. Ain't no need for fun. Give you an opinion, and then you do what you want. But we gon' listen. Tell you what you need, not what you want.
Hey, man, big ups to, big shout out to my residential Dominican from the Dominican Republic, my boy, your boy, our boy, Cito boy, for this smooth outro on the way out the door, y'all. Hey, don't forget, every Monday through Thursday, Bearded Conversation, 9 p.m. Central to 11 p.m. Central, and every Friday, Bearded Studios, Real MCs Talk. Make sure y'all tuning in, man, and checking your boys out. Like I tell y'all, man, every night, man, without y'all, it wouldn't be no us here on Bearded Conversation, man. Peace and blessings. Same black time, same black channel. Talk black to me, y'all.
Hard work and dedication is what you gotta put in. You gotta go with master your craft. It is simple mathematics. Whatever you give is what you get back. Champagne and bubble bath. That is all fantasy. Niggas rather hear where the fuck you been or what it is you gon' be. See, real, no real. And this is not for the motherfucking fake. It ain't a radio station. And no one here hates. See, we give an opinion on what the fuck we heard.
Get on your nerves.
But you gon' be okay. We here to brighten up your day. From the first day of June to the last day of May. Said I'm a nigga bearded. Now we real niggas do real things. Cause this is celebration. Yeah.
My boy, Cito Boy, man. Hey, don't forget to check out Lynn Chicago Pizza, Dan Soul Food and Bakery, Urban Lust Cafe where grown folks play in the house of health and wellness, y'all. Make sure y'all Google them spots and make sure y'all let them know Bearded Conversation sent you, man. And for the rest of my melanated brothers and sisters, man, if you got something you want to promote, a business or anything, come up on the platform, man, and give it a go. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, when we come together, man, we always meet on the level. Once we're in each other's presence, man, we always be humble and plump. And when we leave each other's presence, man, we always part on the square. And like I tell y'all every night, man, those that fuck with us. Those that don't, fuck with us anyway. Come on, family, man. Let's build, let's grow, and let's love, motivate, and inspire each other to be better, man. Y'all know what it is. Bearded Conversation. Hey, check us out tomorrow, man. Joker Trade will be in the building, hopefully, and we will revisit that conversation we were supposed to have last Toxic Tuesday. Let's get it, y'all. Be in the building tomorrow, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's kind of done. Your boy, and I'm out your ear. Peace.